Hey everybody, welcome to the Solminod Show with Sonya, where all things are possible. We here at Solminod believe in the importance of inhaling love to exhale compassion, and we encourage you to do the same in your daily life. I thank you for all of the emails that have been coming in from everybody. Words are coming in, how much you love the show, you love the fact that it's positive content and we're drama-free, and I promise you we will always have positive content and we will always be drama-free here, because there is enough of that on television programming throughout the rest of the week, right? So you can always count on that. People are saying that after they watch the show that they feel encouraged. And I have an email that came in from several people who said that they were then challenged to watch the words that they say. So many times you're just, flying off the cuff and saying these words out to somebody, and you're not even letting the filter catch it. And it could be hurtful and harmful to that individual, and it's just not really necessary. Just today, a girlfriend of mine, hello Wendy, was talking to me, and she shared with me something that a mentor had shared with her years ago. And it's that, what are you fighting for? What are you striving for? Is it the importance of being right, or is it more important to do the right thing? And sometimes the right thing to do is just to set the sheet. It's just to be quiet, Italian for be quiet. Sorry about that. Just to hold your tongue. And so be cognizant of that and watch the words that you speak. And I thank you that the viewers are writing in and that you're saying that you are challenged, as I am on a daily basis. But we want to speak words that build up, encourage, and edify one to the other. Hey, I'm leaving on vacation here in a couple weeks, going to Mexico. Our guest that we have here on the show coming up shortly has also bought a vacation for me for the same destination. If you guys are interested in a fantastic hookup, find us at solminod.com, click on contact and let us know, and we'll be sure to get that information sent off to you. If you are also interested, I've had some emails coming in, if you're also interested in partnering with us and being an investor or a sponsor for the show, go ahead and contact us, let us know, and we will have somebody that will get back with you about that. Earlier this week, we here at Solminod had a great opportunity to go ahead and ship 14 big boxes to the Northeast for the Sandy relief effort. And I would like to thank some people. First of all, Delta Airlines for comping all of the shipping fees through the month of November for all active employees, and for Steve Cox and his wife Cindy, who currently fly for Delta. Steve does. I thank you for coming out and helping to get that all put together and shipped off, and Sue and Cindy for donating the items. So thank you very much, and I encourage all of the other Delta employees to take full advantage of that through the month of November. There is another organization that I want to take a moment to highlight, and this one is called Convoy of Hope. And you can go to convoyofhope.org. Convoy of Hope is an organization that they are the first responders in most circumstances right there on the ground. They are organized, they are efficient, and they are effective to meet the needs of people in crisis, especially for when they're suffering from a natural disaster. So if you go to convoyofhope.org, you can log on there and check out all the work that they do. In fact, if you donate $1 today, it will become $7 by their business partners and their sponsors. So please consider that as well. You have the American Red Cross and many others that we have mentioned on previous shows, but I just wanted to take a moment to highlight that one today. Another thing that the Lord put on my heart this morning is that there are many people who are tuned in today watching this show, or who are watching it later on the internet, but they are suffering, they are hurting, they are aching, and they feel very discouraged. And so I just wanted to share a word of encouragement to you and a word of hope to you. And what I was just sensing is there are those who feel that you have been forgotten, that you are unloved, that you have been overlooked, and also that your dreams are gone. And so I just pray that your dreams will be restored, that God would restore your vision. Where there is strife in relationships, strife in the home, and strife at the workplace, I just pray that there would be peace that would come to those places and to those circumstances. I encourage you to lift up your head out of the miry clay, if you will, out of the darkness and the disparity. Lift up your head, because your family needs you, your friends need you, You are loved, and you have an amazing destiny. God loves you with an everlasting love. And there is somebody who's watching right now. You feel unloved. We cannot have another suicide take place. I just ask my Solminod viewers to be more sensitive to your surroundings and be an encourager to people around you. Just be sensitive. Speak words of love and kindness and peace one to another. Let's see if we can extend a hand to somebody who's hurting. I thank you guys for listening. I know that we'll make a difference together.
Fall is just around the corner. Make sure your furnace is up to the task. Have Thrasher Service check your furnace for only $82. Thrasher Service offers GeoStar geothermal heating and cooling, which can save you money on your heating bill. So before the cold weather hits, call Thrasher Service, serving the Des Moines area since 1978.
Let our family at Thrasher Service make your family comfortable year-round. Call us at 262-2229 or visit us online at thrasherservice.com.
Sell things you no longer need, but more money in your pocket. Herman's fine jewelry. Why let it sit, collecting dust? You're in a pinch, and cash is a must. Why not take that old ring, where cash is king? Sell things you no longer need, but more money in your pocket. Herman's fine jewelry.
Whew, my, refreshing. I feel light and happy now, huh? Welcome back from the break, everybody. We have a dear friend of mine, my personal chiropractor as well, Dr. Valerie Skow. For those of you who've been watching us on the internet for the last 2.5 years, you may have seen her on the show. She's been a guest 2 other times. But today I'd like to welcome Dr. Valerie Skow back to the Solminod Show with Sonya. How are you, Val?
Oh, I'm great. Pleased to be here. I always love coming, talking about your message, talking about what we're talking about for the season. Thanks for having me.
I love it, absolutely. I love to have you come in seasonally. You always have such vibrant and relevant information for our viewers. I always get a great response from the viewers, so I'm glad that you're here. But not for long, because you booked a vacation through me, and you are off to Mexico.
Yes.
In 3 days.
Off to soak up some of that good vitamin D that we're going to talk about.
That's
yes.
right.
Heading there to refresh, taking our mother-in-law with us. We're going to have a great time as a family.
Perfect. What a great family trip for you guys. And then I'm right behind you because I'm going with some of my girlfriends. Hey, Christy. I'm going with my girlfriends just 2 weeks there after you. And you know what? If anybody's watching and you're interested in booking a fabulous vacation at an amazing rate at a VIP all-inclusive resort, give me a call, contact us at solminod.com, and I'll hook you up, okay? But now, let's talk about nutrition and health and fitness and all of this good stuff. You always come with so much valuable information. So we're looking at the holidays now. And I know that you just have loads of tips and things that we want to go over. The big challenge that people have, Val, of course, is how to be healthy and how to make good choices during this season. It tends to be dark, not quite as much sun. There's all the goodies laid out in front of us. How do you manage?
How do you manage? The best thing that I can impart is balance. So we have the commitments with family and obligations outside, work events, school events, all the concerts and obligations. So trying to balance that and making sure that you're taking some time to get some exercise in. One of my favorite things that I've implemented this last fall is what's called a Tabata. You can Google it, YouTube it. There's lots of demonstrations, but a Tabata takes 4 minutes.
Okay, hold on. How do you spell this Tabata?
T-A-B-A-T-A.
Okay.
And it's high intensity. It takes 4 minutes. So I love it. I do one every morning, and then I know I at least have 4 minutes of high intensity workout. You do 20 seconds all out, high knees, burpees, whatever you want to do, any age. So if you're at home and you don't have as much physical mobility, then you do resistance work, sitting in a chair. But if you have the availability, then high knees, 20 seconds, rest 10, and you do it for 4 minutes.
Okay.
If you go all out, it's equivalent of running a longer distance run, a 20 to 30 minute run.
Oh, wow.
If you're going all out for 40 minutes or 4 minutes.
Wow.
So fit in just a little bit of exercise. At night, trying to quiet down the brain. Chamomile tea, some of those nice herbal teas are great. Getting some of the stretching in. And then one of my biggest things that I always am encouraging patients to do is decrease sugar. Is say no to the sugar that you can. Sugar decreases our immune system. So then we're more susceptible to the colds, the viruses. So saying no to the sugar. If you have to have something, make it so that you're bringing some joy to your life, so that it's something that, you know, grandma made. Pass on the things that you can. So eliminate out the sugar, and then hydrate. Hydrate with your teas, your water. Allow for the mucosal membranes. So much of what we get in the winter is more the respiratory. And so if we're properly hydrated, it protects our body against some of those more airborne diseases as well. So fitting some time in amongst the busyness for yourself, and your only family and friends will be better off for that as well.
That's right. Kind of what we touched on here a few minutes ago. And you know, I love your practice, Heartland Chiropractic and Wellness Center in Johnston off of 86th. I absolutely love it. I go in there, and every time I leave, I feel refreshed. I feel stronger. I feel at peace. And you know, when I walked in last night to tweeze your brows, when I walk in, I love how it smells. Now, what did you have going last night?
We're always diffusing something.
Yes.
Once again, we're just exposed. We always encourage patients to swing in. If you're not feeling well, there's no better way to boost your immune system than a chiropractic adjustment. So we encourage people when they call up and they're like, we're not feeling well, we want to reschedule. We're like, no, no, no. Come in, we'll get you adjusted. Yeah. Your immune system will be fired up, ready to fight off whatever you're working through. So we're diffusing what's called Young Living's Thieves in a little diffuser, so you can smell that. It's one of the comments we get the most is how pleasant our office staff is. We've got the nicest office staff, but then how well our office smells. So we take that as a lovely compliment. But Thieves, it
tell us about Thieves. How'd they get the name?
Thieves was back for the Black Plague, and people were dying because of the Black Plague. And then thieves would go in and steal jewels, gold off of the deceased bodies. And so then the king said,
right off the corpses?
Right off the corpses.
Ew.
And so typically if somebody had exposure to a body that had passed with the Black Plague, you too would then get sick and ill and die.
Sure.
And so then it was wondered, how are these people able to go? Well, they had draped themselves in, you know, head to toe with these oils that make up the blend of thieves, and they were able to go remove items that there were treasures off of the body and live to go on and, you know, celebrate in the jewels. So Thieves is
steal some more,
which we use it in a nice, in a better, in a better
but
holistic blend. But hence the name Thieves.
I see.
So that's a nice blend. Like I said, it's another way to prevent illness that we just use that's nice and natural and well.
Well, now, Val, I want to talk a little bit about your background. I mean, you've already shared so much with us. I know when I watch shows like this, I'm down with my pen and paper just taking all these notes. But just to talk a little bit about your background. You're from Iowa, right?
Yep, born and raised in Des Moines. I went to Drake University, got my degree in psychology and biology. I couldn't choose which. I knew I always wanted to be in the helping profession, so I was intrigued by psychology, and then the sciences just drew me in when I decided to go to chiropractic school.
And where did you go to chiropractic school?
Northwestern Health Sciences. It's in Bloomington, Minneapolis.
Yes.
I love the focus. It's all chiropractic colleges are the same in that they teach the principles of chiropractic, but nutrition is a very strong foundation at Northwestern as well, and that's another one of my passions.
And that's another 3 years on top of the first 4 years.
Yep, it's closer to 4 years, the chiropractic education to receive my doctorate.
Okay.
And I loved Minneapolis, and I was happy to come home. And then we opened up Heartland Chiropractic almost 8.5 years ago.
And you're married, and you have your precious little guy.
Yes.
Love Danny.
Married and have a 6-year-old, who we also, he very much is affluent to the chiropractic, you know, wellness model.
That's right.
He knows he needs to exercise his body, fuel it with good food. We need proper sleep. So it's been fun to watch those principles be emulated in him as a 6-year-old. He knows that he needs a wellness day. We don't call them sick days because our body's only getting well, so we call them wellness days if he needs them. Yep, so we don't have sick days at our house, and we rarely need them anyways. But when he can tell his body's starting to get drained, we just take a wellness day.
And you know, the people that come to your practice, I just want my viewers to know, you have the pregnant women. There was a woman that walked in last night as I was leaving, and I said, oh, you know, you're so beautiful. When do you do? Tomorrow. I couldn't believe it. She didn't even look like she had dropped. Anyway, lots of pregnant women. You have infants. You have toddlers, youth, adults, the elderly, and a lot of athletes as well, don't you?
Yes.
Can we talk about that, how you treat the athletes?
The athletes, we have the opportunity to work with Johnston schools very intimately. It's great working with the well, every sport. The volleyball players, we just wrapped up. They made it to state this year, which was fabulous. We were taking care of a handful of the state volleyball players, making sure that their shoulders were staying strong. One of the most common causes.
May I just say, way to go, Santa and girls. I'm so proud of you.
It was a great opportunity. But to make sure that their shoulders are staying strong.
Yes.
With each sport, they have their challenges. And if a body is functioning at a disadvantage, that's when muscles have to be recruited, and you're more apt to have injuries.
Yes,
each sport has.
I know all about that.
You know all about that, as you were talking on an earlier show about your shoulder. Is that if the body isn't in a balanced position, it's going to recruit and cause it to work at a disadvantage. You're going to recruit. You're going to get more of the injuries. So we work with our athletes. Not only sometimes they do come in injured, and that's how we get to know them and start to work with them. But our passion is working on wellness. Is let's let the body work as best as it can through nutrition, chiropractic. We have 2 massage therapists. A lot of our athletes will utilize massage therapy. As well as part of their care.
And I'm so overdue for a massage. Massage really should be a part of your regular schedule, like once a month they say, preferably once a week, but if you could really fit it in once a month just as a regular part of your wellness routine.
Just like chiropractic care. It's not a treat. It's not for only when you're ill. Wellness, it's just like how you take care of your teeth and you take care of your car. We need to take care of our bodies to allow them to function as optimally as we can, which is what we want to do. Massage increases lymphatic drainage. It decreases stress, which is so key, especially in the holidays. All this good stress is still stress and decreases how our body's functioning.
Indeed. I know every time I come in and you guys give me an adjustment, it's just like, I have that movement back. I have, more mobility and better rotation in my back and my, my spine, my neck, and everything. I just feel so much better.
And and you're boosting up that immune system, talking about in the wellness, massage, chiropractic, and then what you're feeding yourself.
And I want to talk about that a little bit more after the break. So why don't we just go ahead and take a break to hear from our sponsors. When we come back, let's talk about that, okay? We'll be right back, folks.
$600 Monkeys, West Glen Town Center.
Big, small, fluffy, or scaly, pets are a part of our family. They deserve quality care when it comes to keeping them healthy. When caring for your critters, you should only trust Dr. Anderson of Anderson Animal Hospital. The Anderson Animal Hospital offers care for all kinds of pets, from the smallest chinchilla or mouse to the biggest German Shepherd or horse. Whether it's a routine vaccination, toenail trim, or necessary heartworm prevention or surgery, Dr. Anderson offers consistent care for your pet. Call or stop in today.
Hey y'all, welcome back from the break. So we're talking with Dr. Valerie Skow out of the Heartland Chiropractic and Wellness Center right here in Johnston, Iowa. Dr. Skow is my personal chiropractor and my dear friend, has been a guest on the show several times before, but we're going to go ahead and continue. One subject that I wanted to cover, because of course it's so dear to my heart, are we adult athletes. These gym rats, and we're still in the gym and we're running the basketball game and playing volleyball, and the guys are out there still playing flag football, and but we're getting a little bit older and we have our aches and pains, and you see quite a few of those, don't you?
We do. At the office, it's our Monday morning. We kind of call them the weekend warriors.
The weekend warriors,
who
exactly.
Decided that they didn't need to stretch and they were just going to go out and play football in the backyard.
Yes.
Which is great. We love movement. You need to be moving, and so that's our job, is to help keep you moving as well as you can. Movement's life. So when joints stop moving, that's when we start getting those degeneration changes. We start getting bony segments that don't need to be on those vertebrae. We want to keep those joints moving and healthy. So that's the best thing that I like to hear, is that I get the phone call, my shoulder's not moving well, my knee really hurts. Come on in, let's help track that knee in a proper way, get the shoulder moving well, give you some rehab exercises so that we're strengthening the muscles that need to be strengthened, and then relaxing the ones that need to be relaxed. So balancing out the proper joint, getting the spine firing the way it needs to.
And if I might say, guys, don't hold out in getting assistance. pick up the phone, make that call. Don't just try to rough through it and, you know, be all rough and tough and gruff and think, oh, it's no big deal. It's just another little ache and pain. You can give Dr. Skow a call, and she and her staff will take wonderful care of you, and you'll feel so much better. You don't have to suffer through the whole week, right?
And you'll heal up faster.
Yes.
And that was the neat thing to see at the Olympics this year. There were 26 chiropractors that were in the medical village helping athletes function at their optimal performance. There's no finer way to see athleticism than at the Olympics. So if the athletes are utilizing chiropractic care to maximize performance, we all need to be utilizing chiropractic.
Pretty good example, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
So coming up here again, Val, we were talking about the winter season earlier. You know, this is the flu season, and you know, the colds and the sniffles and the coughs and the aches and the belly aches and all this stuff is happening. You know, I think today here in America, people are so quick just to run off to their doctor and hope to get that prescription, and everything's going to be good to go. So why don't we just transition here and have what I'll just call a Dr. Oz moment, okay?
I love it. I love it. Our daily regimen at our house, and what I coach patients to utilize, is every day you need to be taking your vitamin D. From September until about April, May, we don't get enough D here in the state of Iowa, so we need to be taking your vitamin D. It's found that if your vitamin D levels are not optimal, which is between 50 and 70, if you're suboptimal, you're 3 times more likely to get the flu. So get your vitamin D levels checked. Next time you have a blood draw, just ask to have the vitamin D levels checked, as well as a good multi. I like to add in vitamin C this time of year because it's a kind of underappreciated nutrient, but it does so many good things for us. It increases natural killer cells. Kids, you can get it to take it because they love the taste of it.
Sure.
So it's a nutrient you don't have to battle the kids on. So just give them
chewables that taste like orange or whatever. Yeah.
Yep. So chewable vitamin C, some vitamin D. Kids need vitamin D as well.
I give it to my kids.
Yes, yes. And then a good multi in fish oils.
Sure.
That's kind of like your base nutrients. If you start to feel like you're coming down with something, then we need to work on the acid-alkaline balance. So what that means is when the body's starting to break down, it shifts to be more acid-based. So we want to drive it to be more alkaline. So we want those nice green vegetables. We need those healing foods, more of the berries. For our 6-year-old, the best way to get all these nutrients in is a smoothie. I throw kale, we throw spinach. I can get him to eat anything. We call it our green machine, our power green drink. But it works for adults too, berries, raspberries. So boost up those nutrients, have a good smoothie. Garlic and extra garlic in your tomatoes for tomato sauce. And chicken noodle soup. Grandma's chicken noodle soup, lots of healing properties in there.
It truly does, doesn't it?
It truly does. And then one of our like home remedies or go-tos is a little bit of water, apple cider vinegar, and raw honey, and drink that.
We drank that. We called it Honegar. I thought my mom made it up. It was 2 quarts of water to a 1/4 cup of the raw vinegar to a 1/4 cup of natural honey. Well, we had honeybees, and so it came straight from the hive. And you mix it up in 2 quarts, and all of us kids had a glass every single morning, and you drink it however you can stomach it. Chilled, room temperature, or nuke it in the microwave, or put it on the stove to heat it, and well, you just plug your nose and you drink it. But you know, it's not that bad.
Yes.
But we were never sick.
Nope.
It truly does work, doesn't it?
It does work. And you know, my 6-year-old, I always joke, he can eat and drink anything as long as he knows it's good for him. It's going to help his body heal.
Right.
I grew up that way. I can eat and drink anything as long as we just need to reinstall that food can be our medicine. Let it be our medicine instead of always looking for pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals, we're glad that they're there when we absolutely need them.
That's right.
But a lot of the times we can rebalance the body through easier methods.
Right. We can be our own Dr. Oz and Heloise at home, can't we, with what we have right there.
What we have at home. Another one of my favorite like detox baths, a full over body ache, is 2 cups Epsom salts.
Yes.
Right back to that apple cider vinegar. There's more applications for apple cider vinegar, but
my
2
mom
cups,
has a whole book on it.
There's a whole book, and when in doubt, it's kind of like apple cider vinegar. But a 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar, 1/4 baking soda, and a couple drops of good old lavender, and you've got a great healing bath.
Okay, so say that again. 2 cups of Epsom salt. Okay.
1/2 cup raw apple cider vinegar. 1/4 cup baking soda.
Okay.
And then a couple drops of lavender.
Well, I like that recipe.
Yes, it's lovely.
And candles.
Oh yes, yes. Get the whole mood so you can get that nice relaxation. But your body, that helps not only draw out some of those toxins, but ache some of the, reduce some of the achy muscles.
I'm going to try that.
It's a good one.
I love it. Now, I want to go back to this vitamin D thing because I think that there's a lot of sunshine here in Iowa. And of course, you know that I'm from Seattle where not so much. So if you're saying that y'all here don't have much vitamin D, is this because of the sun or that we're not out in it? Or, you know, where is the sun supposed to be hitting us? Because
It's torso
In
sun.
Seattle, we
I
must
know.
be taught, we must really need some vitamin D,
Indeed.
right?
Yes. It's that torso sun.
Torso
so
sun,
technically,
okay.
you need to be in your bathing suit to get maximal vitamin
Okay.
D.
Right.
So a couple weeks ago when we had that great, warm weather and we were
Yes.
outside,
It's beautiful.
we still weren't running around without our shirts on. So we need to still supplement with some D3 is the form of vitamin D that we take. I like the liquids. You get better absorption rather than tablet form.
Okay.
They usually don't have a bad taste. So once again, very compliant for kids and young adults to take.
Now, I use that little miniature gel
Yes.
tablet. How's that one?
Gels, once again, they're better. I still
Okay.
like the micellized, the liquid.
Okay.
But
Okay.
a nice form. Pick it up at a nutrition store. Chiropractors, we have a tendency to sell more of the pharmaceutical grade supplements.
Yes,
So
which
make
is a big
sure you're not
difference.
getting it, as I've heard once, you know where you're buying your toilet paper. So
Right.
go to somebody who's specialized in selling nutrients.
Okay, and can we go back to talking about the fish oils, because there's all these debates going on. Can you tell us about fish oils?
Fish
The
oils,
yays and nays?
Yes, yes. I only see yays. There's so many. There's thousands and thousands of studies, and so the one study that was recently to negate the effects of fish oil, it was poorly done, and it's one. So it can't negate the thousands of articles on the effects of decreasing your cancer risk, decreasing your cardiovascular risk. It optimizes brain function. Our brain is a high majority of fat and water, so we want to make those fats as healthy as we
Yes.
can. Eating walnuts is helpful. You can get it through your good, healthy seafood. But once again, as in a landlocked state, we have a tendency to fall short. So
Sure.
supplementing with fish oils, as soon as the child's not being breastfed, they need to be on fish oils. So just
right
the
away,
appropriate
don't
dose.
even wait. And the skin loves it, by the way. The skin loves it, the nails love it, and the hair.
Yes, in the
Absolutely
winter,
loves
that's a
it.
nice natural way when folks are complaining about dry, itchy skin. Taking fish oils and hydrating always help.
I up mine a lot in the winter, and especially if I'm starting to feel like I have a little something coming on, or if I know that I really need to be at an optimum level of energy, I will up my fish oil that day.
Yes, yes, it's one of those nutrients, especially if you've been taking it, you can notice the effect when you increase your dose.
I've been taking it personally about 15 years, and I really do notice the difference.
And hopefully in 50 more years, your cognitive ability will be skyrocketed. And you
Well,
won't see that decline.
that could be a whole other talk show. It's that 45 thing. I don't know, but my memory has just been a bit challenging lately, but maybe I should up it a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Well, we have just about 60 seconds, Val. Is there anything else that you just want to share with our viewers really quick about just being in their optimum health this winter during the
Yes,
holidays?
maximize, let food be your medicine. So eat healthy foods, eat all the colors, not just the white ones. So
Yes.
get all the colors on your plate or in your smoothie. Optimize your spine, so making sure you're taking care of your body. Bodies break down from the inside out typically unless there's trauma. So
Okay.
being mindful of that as well.
Well, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us here on the show today,
you.
Val. It's always a pleasure to have you here.
It was great to be here. Thank you.
And y'all be blessed in whatever you put your hands to do. We will see you next week here on Solminod. And if you have been blessed by these programs and you want to partner with us, you want to be an investor or a sponsor here at the show at Solminod, look us up, give us a call at Sonya@solminod.com or at solminod.com. Until next week, you stay blessed. Ciao. Wardrobe provided by Fashions by the Hall Tree. Plants and flowers provided by Gertz House Gallery. Set provided and staged by Interiors by Andrea. Hair services provided by Michelle Mayola. Fitness and training services provided by Kosama. Nail services provided by J&J Nails.